Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope that you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. This is a timeless reading for the collective. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Information to book a personal reading with me can be found below in the description box. All right, let's see. Queen of Cups popping out. Okay. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the World in the reverse, the Five of Wands in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Swords is here. This Queen of Cups could be you or someone else. The Queen of Cups, though, is very healing, very kind, very nurturing, compassionate, usually very intuitive. The Page of Pentacles is in the reverse, so there's some type of beginning or opportunity that either you or someone else has not been able to get off the ground. The World card is in the reverse, so something is not successful here, but the Five of Wands is in the reverse. I would say that with the Nine of Cups being here, I feel like this Queen of Cups, I feel like this is you. You're going to have wish fulfillment, but I feel that the Ten of Swords is here. For some of you, it's like someone, they're watching and monitoring you online with this Ten of Swords here and the World in the reverse. Somebody is watching and monitoring you online, possibly like sending you evil eye, hoping that you don't have some type of successful completion or accomplishment in something. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse. This is definitely, here's the Moon. Cancer energy, Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Moon in the reverse, though, something here is coming out, a truth, with the Fool in the reverse here, and the Death card and the Hangman. Yeah, I feel like there is definitely some type of energy, and the Hierophant is here. Okay, Taurus energy, but also this is something about your beliefs, your spirituality, your community, I don't know, networks. I'm hearing organizations. Also, for some of you, this could have something to do with family or even like a long-term relationship or marriage. This Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, I feel that someone was hoping that a really major offer or opportunity, it would not reach you. This could have been something related to your job, okay, like I said, or a relationship, an offer from someone. But the Moon card in the reverse is here. There is something that has, I feel like something just did not get off the ground. The Fool card in the reverse, yeah. I feel like someone foolishly took a risk to do something. Honestly, with the Death card here, the Hangman, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I also get that like someone tries to create an ending for you, but with the Hangman here, it feels like someone tries to put you in an energy that is, how can I say this? I mean, a water sign is adaptable. And then with the Hangman, it's like, to me, I'm even getting like, to me, I'm even getting like Aquarius energy. Some of you could be like an Aquarius, Pisces, cusper. But it's like the Hangman and the Death card, you're not moved by death. You can so easily just detach, or for some of you, it's like in the energy of death, you can thrive in the energy of death. It creates a transformation. You are adaptable, like you can adapt to practically anything. So it's like someone is trying to put you in a hellhole, but you're like, oh, you know. It's like wherever you go, you're going to find something to do. And I don't think that many people recognize that about you. How flexible, how adaptable, how open-minded you are, which gives you a lot of strength, a lot of power. Yeah, the Fool card in the reverse. I feel like someone definitely rushed to do something. They took a leap of faith, but there is this naivety here. Someone wasn't fully aware of who you are or your power. The Moon is here in the reverse. I'm getting like someone could have done some kind of moon ritual or magic here. The Eight of Wands is in the reverse, yeah. In hopes of trying to stop or block you, but the Eight of Swords is in the reverse. You're not stuck or bound. With the Six of Cups here, somebody could have tried to make an offer to you or give you something. This could have been someone who considers themselves like a mother figure or just older. This Six of Cups makes me think also there's layers to this situation. Someone could have tried to give you some type of advice. And you trusted your own intuition as the Queen of Cups. That's what protected you from some type of illusion here. Somebody could have actually tried to create an illusion where there were multiple people around you even saying things. And I've been noticing that a lot lately. People are very, very crafty with their illusion magic, especially when a person really wants you to believe something, they will try to shift everything in your atmosphere. You'll find yourself, you're thinking about something and it's showing up in the music, it's showing up, you know, the ads when you click a video, it's just showing up everywhere. There's a lot of people who, when they are performing magic and trying to create chaos, conflict, and confusion, they do the same thing. It's just like if you watch tarot, eventually it seems like all of the readings, they resonate with you. All of these collective readings, there are a lot of different, you have to be mindful of your frequency because a lot of people are doing things to try to shift your frequency and vibration so that you will actually come into agreement with things that are not actually aligned with your greatest and highest good. Sometimes when a person is trying to attack you, not only will they attack you, they will attack things and people that are around you as well because they need, it's like narcissistic, like triangulation. They need another party to come in and somehow convince you of something to make them feel valid so that you will actually buy into whatever they're saying so that they can have some type of control or manipulation. So this is someone here who tried to perhaps like team up with someone else, or they tried to create some kind of illusion. This could have been like some kind of word magic or manipulation. And it seems that either someone from the past, maybe the wisdom of someone from the past that saved you, or you just remembered not to take certain advice from someone, you know, that you may usually consider the Hierophant here as wise counsel, because you just probably knew that if you were to accept some type of information or come into agreement with it, it was going to block you. That's I did a reading a few days ago where I said like there was like an energy of someone who was misguided by a reader. All readers are not aligned with you energetically. And if you don't understand what their beliefs are, every single reader has guidance to provide based on their perspective, which is based on their life experiences, their wisdom, their boundaries, their standards, how they perceive situations. Sometimes a person will go to, you know, a reader, a preacher, whoever, family member, and if you're not discerning, and that person is not discerning in certain areas or whatever, you can really get yourself, you know, in a difficult or even bad situation because of the misguidance. The Ace of Swords is in reverse. Something here is not true. King of Pentacles. Yeah. And here's the Ten of Wands. Knight of Wands and the Justice card, the Magician. I think that for some of you with the Ace of Swords and the King of Pentacles in reverse, you may have blocked somebody. You may have blocked someone because you realize with the Ten of Wands that something here, it was an illusion and it was actually creating a major burden for you. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is here and the Eight of Cups. I feel like you realize that someone they're a liar. They're not truthful. They're not honest. But there could have been someone telling you, oh yeah, that's a great person. And you may have known, like, no, it's not. So in other words, you took matters into your own hands and you decided to actually lean in and trust your intuition. I think that has someone shocked because there's someone behind the scenes that's really, really hoping that you will go the wrong way. But a lot of you are battling like certain spirits, principalities, and powers working against you. They're all teaming up together. This could be a group for some of you, but it's it's very common, like in a family. Let's say your parents and a sibling. If your parent can't get you to agree with something, they may send in like one of your siblings. If that doesn't work, they may send in a cousin. They need to make sure they keep sending people in to get you to come into agreement with chaos, conflict, and confusion. You have to stay very, very like steadfast and firm in whatever your boundaries are, and to protect yourself and hold steady with your truth. Because this feels like multiple people around you are really trying to get you to believe something that your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit is just telling you should not come into agreement with it. And it's based on something in their life or their experiences that has nothing to do with you. And that's the old, outdated, limited beliefs that most people have. A lot of times you cannot trust everything that your parents say. You can't trust everything that your closest friends say. They don't have the same experiences as you. So you have here the Justice card and the Magician. See, I feel like when you realize that something out here was a burdensome situation, even though society or people would have told you, oh yeah, go along with it, you chose to walk away. And that's why now you have here the Justice and the Magician. This decision is allowing you now to manifest something because the Hermit is here. You were able to see something for yourself. I feel like what the Hermit is saying, you were able to do the shadow work, the healing, and go on a journey and see that there is this 10 of Wands here. And so the 3 of Wands is here, the 8 of Pentacles and the Star in the reverse with the King of Cups in the reverse. Another way I can see this, because I see a King of Cups in the reverse here, the Strength card, and the King of Swords and the 3 of Cups here in the reverse. There is something out here, this is kind of specific, especially for like a female watching. Some of you have had multiple masculines in your life, friends, family, and ex-partners. You're going towards a different timeline with a very different type of energy. Nobody is really going to understand this. And I've been seeing this for several months now in the collective. Many of you, the kind of people that you're going towards now, they are very different from your usual type and expectations because your energy has shifted so much. Some of you are going to find yourselves being very attracted to people that are unlike your typical type, and a lot of people around you are possibly going to have certain things to say about it. But understand that friends and family, those are familial family and familiar spirits. Familiar spirits are people, they are familiar with something. And if you stay close to them and you come into agreement, you're going to stay in whatever is familiar. Well, if struggle and chaos and conflict is what is familiar to you and all of your friends, the only thing that's going to help you get out of that situation is to do something very different, right? To do what is unfamiliar. Some of you, as soon as you start to do or say or, try something that's unfamiliar to these people in your environment, they want to, of course, project onto you that you're wrong. And that could be very isolating, but you have to be willing to be set apart if you want what God has for you. I also feel another way that I can look at this is like this King of Pentacles here with the Knight of Wands, 8 of Cups. Some of you, someone has tried to sabotage a connection, because the truth is this King of Pentacles is upright. Now, I just looked here. There's a King of Cups in the reverse. Some of you, someone is a good partner for you. The 10 of Wands is here. This 10 of Wands for some of you could represent some kind of spiritual warfare or attack. You're carrying some kind of burden. But there's someone here, the Knight of Wands, this person could still be passionate about coming towards you, but the 8 of Cups is here. You could have made sure you didn't listen with the Ace of Swords in the reverse to someone telling you to walk away from a person. Sometimes people will tell you, oh, you should leave a person behind. Well, everybody's going to run into a difficult point at some point in their life, right? You can't listen to people that always tell you to go towards certain people or to leave certain people. They don't know your situation. And so if you get in the habit of always listening to people tell you what to do based on the information that you're providing them with, which is still very limited, and they also have a very limited, you know, perspective about things, they can absolutely, lead you in the wrong direction. I feel like you're actually able to see, for some of you, you're also able to look and see the truth about some kind of manipulation with this Magician card and the Justice card. And that's the reason why you're going to have balance, because the Three of Wands is here with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Star in the reverse. It's almost like someone has some kind of hidden motive or intention to stop you from working towards going towards your healing or your destiny. Being seen, being in your own star power and energy. The King of Cups is here in the reverse and the Strength card in the reverse. And here's the King of Swords in the reverse as well, with the Three of Cups in the reverse. So at the very beginning, we have the Queen of Cups with the Emperor in the reverse. So like I said, for a lot of you, there's two different kings here, both in the reverse, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. I feel like many of you have realized that you got a King of Cups, a King of Swords. This could be one person. They're not a good fit for you. The Seven of Wands is here. You recognize that something was going to actually sabotage you, and therefore you protected your future, you protected your destiny from this person or even this group. And you have to be careful, because as I've been speaking on a lot, even with the Three of Cups being out here in the reverse, a lot of people will tell you, yeah, it's okay to be in a third party situation. And I know everyone has their own set of beliefs, but a lot of people will really try to convince you that you should stay in certain situations. If people idolize the idea of being in a marriage or relationship or whatever, they oftentimes, no matter how you're being disrespected, they still will tell you you should stay in that situation. That's why I'm saying you really have to know a person's true values, morals, and beliefs, and the principles that they stand on before you start accepting advice from them. The Three of Cups is in the reverse with the King of Cups and the King of Swords in the reverse with the Strength card here. Some of you, a lot of your strength, your confidence and everything, you've given it to the wrong partners. And you're finally Seven of Wands here. You're standing up for yourself, saying no. The Wheel of Fortune, something here has to shift. But you could come from a family or have a lot of friends around you that have been telling you for the longest, oh yeah, those people, they were great for you. Or some of you were warned about certain people and you did take heed to the warning. And because you did, you're realizing that it's true. You were involved with people who were not any good for you. You've cut off communication with these people, and now you're going towards someone that is actually aligned. This is though, it just has a lot to do with your discernment, especially when it comes to your decision making and your partnerships. But I just feel that someone definitely wanted you to see a situation in a certain light. Yeah, the Page of Swords in the reverse, that's mind games. And the Judgment is here. But see, you were able to wake up. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And look, here's another King of Wands in the reverse. These are three kings out here in the reverse. I just feel like this is a really powerful shift in ending for someone. Wow, y'all. I don't even want to show you the cards. Actually, I really want to show you. The Hierophant, the Temperance, the Lovers, and the Empress. You picked the right one. You picked the right person. And I feel like something has been trying to tell you for so long that you didn't. Wow. Six of Wands in the reverse here, and the Six of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords behind it. Some bitter person has really been trying to mislead or misguide you when it comes to your relationships. And you have to be careful also when people have been in your life and they know about hardships or bad decisions. A lot of times people will keep trying to hold that over here. So let's say you had job issues in the past. Let's say you've been laid off or even terminated a few times, or you have really difficult relationships. You'll have people in your life that in a way they're like, well, I'm just trying to protect you. Remember how you lost that job, or remember You know, when you didn't have as much, or remember when you've not always had the best relationships. When you step out of being in that type of familiar energy into something new, they will still project onto you their beliefs and try to use your own past against you. That's something else you have to be careful about. And sometimes it can be your own self-sabotage, where you will start to really second guess and question everything because you're so used to things not going according to the plans. And so when something comes in to actually break that pattern, oftentimes you won't trust it. And if you don't trust it and then you go to get counsel from someone and they have the same fears, doubts, and insecurities, that's not wise counsel. They're going to feed into your insecurities and your doubts. Some people do that consciously. Some people, they're doing it unconsciously. The Hierophant, the Temperance, the Lovers, the Empress. There's a major shift happening during Taurus season. This Venusian energy. And then the Six of Wands is here in the reverse with the Six of Pentacles. This is like a community. The Temperance card is here. This is like a healer, an alchemist, the Lovers. But I feel like there's a lot of angelic protection around, like a divine connection for some of you that you've manifested as the Empress. But the Six of Wands in the reverse with the Six of Pentacles, somebody was trying to ensure that you didn't receive this. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Someone out here is looking at something and they feel as though, I feel like the Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, like someone is very much stuck in their own misery, and they may be looking at something in your life saying, oh, well, that's going to be a Three of Swords in the reverse type of situation. But see, it's like the Knight of Cups in the reverse. If you don't follow your heart and you're not Nine of Wands in the reverse and you're not consistent and choosing to be resilient in your life, the Sun is in the reverse here. You won't have any happiness, and therefore you won't get to the Ten of Cups. So this is how the enemy will use people, like I said, around you to create a lot of illusions and to manipulate you to do things that are actually not in alignment. See, the Five of Cups in the reverse with the Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. You have to be careful because this is the kind of manipulation that will have you stuck and bound. Two of Swords in the reverse and the Six of Swords. You have to move forward away from whatever this stalemate energy is. The Tower is here with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Chariot in the reverse, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. There's some kind of spirit. It could be like a Jezebel energy or something. It's no longer going to be able to challenge this relationship that you are going towards. Something wanted you to stop investing in having a brand new passionate beginning here. The Queen of Pentacles is here in the reverse with the Four of Wands and the Two of Wands. So this Queen of Wands, to me, it could, of course, be a person, but I see it more as a spirit. This Queen of Pentacles is someone that's in the physical. There's a person in your life that has a certain spirit that operates through them that wants to actually sabotage your connections. Four of Wands, yeah. And the Two of Wands is saying you have to take action to see the illusion here. And this, the Nine of Swords, the nightmares, the dreams. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse here. This could be somebody in your family that's competing with you. Yeah, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. The Three of Pentacles, I'm sorry, with the Devil and the High Priestess. This could be someone that's close to you that's working with like a, they're working, you know, I was about to say they're working with like a dark priest or priestess or something like that against you. This person doesn't really have to work with anybody. They have spiritual gifts, but they abuse them. They have spiritual gifts that allows them to see certain things. And when they see certain things manifesting for certain people, it could be you as well as other people in the family, they have a way of beginning to try to sabotage it with their words because there's a spirit that operates through them. The Devil is here with the High Priestess. There is something connected to this person. There's something unhealed within them, and therefore there's a spirit that operates through them. The spirit that operates through this person is most likely something like Jezebel or like Lilith or Asmodeus or something like that, that these different covenant breaking spirits, okay? They probably, a lot of people don't even know that they have any kind of attachments, but there's a spirit that's operating through someone that is either in your family or you look at them like family, they have some type of insight and awareness about the life that you want. And maybe, like I said, they may feel as though they're trying to protect you from repeating mistakes, but it's almost like this person, they made certain mistakes, and so their fear, they project a lot of their fear onto you. This devil doesn't always have to just be like addictions or anything awful. It really can just be fear. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse could definitely be like a mother figure. Doesn't have to be. But the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is also strong Capricorn energy out here. It's like somebody, I feel like somebody actually is stressed out or worried that you see through an illusion, because they notice that you're turning your back towards the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. You're actually turning your back towards this family situation or this foundation, and you're going in a new direction. Someone is like, wow, so did you catch on? Yeah, I think you did. That's exactly what this is. Somebody is noticing, and it doesn't, for a lot of you, this doesn't really feel just malicious. It just feels like you're dealing with someone who is maybe unhealed, kind of operating in their shadow, and they don't know. It's not always a deliberate like attack on you, but it's your responsibility to be discerning and recognize when a person maybe has like a bit of bitterness or something within themselves, or like I said, old outdated beliefs. Sometimes they don't really mean harm, but what someone is realizing is that you're no longer as easy to control because you don't step into submission and agreement with the things that they say. So you're challenging some type of narrative, and someone, they feel, I don't want to say they feel upset about it, I just feel that someone is shocked. What this looks like to me is, for some of you, you making a change is going to be the catalyst for change for a lot of people around you. There's something that you're doing or planning to do very soon in your life that is going to make plenty of people around you who have doubted you, first they talk about you and then they ask you how. I just feel like some of you are about to embark upon a new life and a new journey that a lot of people told you not to embrace. And it's going to end up being so beautiful. And you're going to notice the same people that laughed at you, mocked at you, or whatever, eventually those people, they're going to actually celebrate and respect you. Now, for some of you, these are like people sending you evil eye. They don't ever need to come around you. But some of you, you're actually just kind of like repairing a breach in your family contract, and eventually people are going to get on board with what you're doing. Some of you, of course, like I said, this is like very malicious intention. It could even be spell work that someone is doing. But for some of you, it's just someone operating in their shadow, meaning they're operating out of fear, and they have old outdated beliefs, and they in their minds perhaps think that they're trying to protect you, but their protection is a bit of control. It's also like a spirit of religion, that type of spirit that says you have to do something one way. Our family has always done it this way, so that's how you have to do it. When I went to school, we did it this way. And that's very common, especially with our elders. They have the belief that things have to be done a certain way, and in the moment that you challenge it, you're the rebel, you're the you're the problem. But sometimes it's not a bad thing to be the rebel. I just feel that some people who are working against you are going to see you in this rebel like energy, fighting for a cause that's important for you, and they're realizing that they're powerless. And then for some of you, you have people who you're going to really change how they view things because of how you stand in your power and the rewards and the recognition and the happiness that comes from you doing so. So it's really like Spirit is using you, just like I said before, to be a catalyst of change. You're going to change people's perspective about something. It's being very creative, very innovative in something that you're doing. This could be a relationship, it could be work, it could be both. Yeah, see, children. And look, it says here the key and children. Poor health and hot messes here and unseen. You have here isolation, chaos, and death. Some of you, especially if you're a woman watching, there's another woman out here. I feel like someone is noticing that you're finally finding the solution to have the life that you want, to have the life, the family, or whatever it is that you want. There's a lot of blessings that you didn't see in the past that are, I feel like you're just able to see things clearly, more clearly now because of your discernment. I also feel with the unseen and children card, like you're working on something behind the scenes. Maybe you didn't see the full picture before, or this is even someone around you who didn't see the full picture before. They didn't understand that you were doing something a certain way that was going to actually be beneficial to you and maybe towards, a whole, group of friends, family, or community. They didn't really notice that before because someone was already kind of maybe miserable, to be honest. And misery loves company. Poor health. So somebody out here could have poor health. They could be miserable. They could be upset with a lot of things. Again, that's kind of like I said, the high priestess here and the devil. Some of you could be the high priestess, but this devil energy is like someone that kind of wants to be bound and attached to you. And you have to separate yourself from this energy because it's very chaotic. In order for you to go through a transformation, you just have to notice that some people, as I said before, they can like you, they can even love you, but there's a spirit within them that hates you. Somebody here has a spirit that operates through them, and it could be a spirit even of fear. So when you start to change, they are fearful of change. They're going to always go against everything that you're doing because they fear change. Yeah. Local travel here and leadership. You're about to start getting out more. Some of you, you're about to start traveling more. I just feel honestly like there's somebody who is afraid that they're going to kind of lose access to you or lose you. This could be a close friend, family member, somebody, I feel like that they're worried that when you go into this new beginning, it's going to lead to a major shift or change where they're not able to be in your life the same way. They're afraid of losing control. Someone is afraid of losing control and or access. And they need access to be able to control you. Yeah, it's like there's doors finally opening up to your goals and your dreams. Whatever you didn't see before, you see it now. This is also like the mask is coming off of someone. It was a lot of things going on at once. Fragmented is here. So it's like something isn't over. There's something that's still incomplete. Some of you, there's a split in your energy though because of your children, the person you had children with, or for some of you, it could be a situation with like a parental figure. But there's a lot going on here. It's a split in your energy. But there's a blessing that you don't see happening behind the scenes. Where it's like a lover or someone may enter your life. Yeah, you're going to have abundance. But it's this hot mess card. It's like someone who is very chaotic. They're in a bad situation. They want your attention. And it's almost like this person, they expect you to put your life on hold for them, but they're very chaotic. Yeah, this somebody here is just in their shadow. I know sometimes it's like, oh, it's a witch or this and that. This is someone who is, I don't feel like they are just deliberately trying to destroy you, but you have to be very watchful and mindful of this energy. This is someone who is codependent, honestly. Like I can see this clearly. It could be someone, like I said, that is very malicious, but like if this is a family member or a close friend, they're very codependent. They could be in a bad situation, and it really feels that someone is worried that if you go into a new job or you make more money, if you start your own family, they're worried that like you're going to somehow desert them or something. Yeah. And I feel that in a period of isolation, like having some introspection and some healing within yourself, you finally have clarity, and you're putting an end to a very toxic situation. You're purging something here because you realize that you love someone that perhaps is just in a lower vibration. Their state of consciousness is in a timeline that you're leaving behind. And in order for you to step into leadership in your work or your business with, starting a family or relationship, you have to leave the past behind and be willing to take risks. This is a spirit of fear. Your spirit of fear at times is prohibiting you from doing things, but you also have a person out here that they're fearful of you stepping into your purpose because it's going to bring a lot of positive changes for you, okay? But this person is worried that they're going to be stuck in survival mode. For some of you, this is someone who, sadness. They could be dependent on you financially. Sadness is here and sad news. Someone is just worried. And you could have even been in a difficult situation, but they see you rebuilding after loss. But they're like, okay, you're rebuilding, but perhaps they're not in a rebuilding phase. Someone is noticing that you're on the rise. If you come up, they feel like they're going to be left behind. I don't know. This person, they wouldn't say that they're competing with you. And I hate to say that they're jealous or competing for some of you, but this person has a fear of losing access to you. If this is a parental figure, you have to be mindful of this because it's a codependency. I don't know if you want to say this person's narcissistic, but this is the kind of energy that kind of goes between making you the golden child and the scapegoat. They want you to do things that's beneficial to them, but if you don't do what they want you to do, then they will scapegoat you and gaslight and manipulate you. This right here for some of you is someone around you. They're kind of like a covert narcissist, to be honest. They don't like when you do things that makes them feel as though they can't have the same amount of access because they need access to have control. And it seems that now some of you are standing in your truth. You're saying certain things. You're thinking twice about decisions. You're in deep thought. You're beginning to catch the fact that now, fluidity is here. You're becoming more open-minded. Somebody doesn't like that you're more open-minded and willing to try new things. They want you to be in like survival mode or this oppressed state. But that's like their energy. And you could have been in their energy too, but I feel like you're coming out of it. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. Where you going? Because they just haven't ascended to your level of consciousness. But you can't stay behind. Yeah, this devil is just someone in their shadow. And you could be like this high priestess energy here. And I feel like a lot of you right now, you're very focused on your business. Like your business, your spirituality, and all of that. And so, that's a part of your purpose. And someone out here who is kind of in survival mode, they're in their shadow. They have a bit of like this. Somebody here is just, they're sad. They're disappointed about some things. And because they're in their shadow and because they could actually be a bit narcissistic, there's darker energies that are connecting to this person. And you in order for you to come out of survival mode, you have to make sure that you are very careful not to feed into this energy. Now, for some of you, you don't even know this person. For some of you, this is like someone who could even be online watching you, as I said in the beginning. Some of you, there's multiple people that are watching and monitoring you, okay? I'm kind of getting like a close friend or family member, and I'm also getting someone that's competing with you in the workplace, okay? I'm getting a bit of both. You see here, like some of you, your purpose, you could be someone that works in spirituality and you're online or something like that. But someone out here who is in survival mode, this is also for a lot of you too, someone who is watching your money. They're like watching your money or your status change. And they know that they're losing their grip in some way. They don't like how you're beginning to shift your focus and how you're thinking about friends, family, and finances, because they can see that there is some kind of progress that's coming as a result of you listening to yourself and not whatever they're doing or saying. If you are someone, as I've been saying myself, if you are someone that works like online, there's a lot of people, even like with me, people when I say what my values or my beliefs are, there's a lot of people, they're not gonna agree with it. As I said before, like I'm not gonna tell you, yeah, you should absolutely try to be in a relationship, in a third party relationship. I'm not gonna tell you that. And you want a reader that's going to tell you to stay in third party relationships for several years, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lead you to doing things that this going to dishonor yourself. So, you know, you have to just learn you're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. I just feel like somebody is stepping boldly into their truth. And you're becoming pretty open about that. And people are maybe challenging your beliefs. Or they feel triggered because your beliefs are different from theirs. Like I said, it's a bit of like a catalyst change though. It's like you being the it's like you being the catalyst to change. Some people are, you know, going to accept it and embrace it, and a lot of people won't. The people who don't, they're not your tribe, they're not on your timeline. And that's what this really is. You're going towards a new tribe and a new timeline. And you're going to lose people along the way. For some of you, you've been surrounded by a lot of people who are very fear-based, stuck in survival mode, very, you know, oppressed in some ways. And because you're choosing not to stay in that kind of energy, you know, they don't see you as a catalyst. They see you as the culprit. You're the problem to them. But that's what happens when people don't want to face the truth of themselves. They are always triggered by authenticity. It's just opposites, polarity. But I'm going to leave it there. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Information to book a personal reading can be found below. Always go within so that you never go without. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.